Hello, Gwendy Media TV fans. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. I am your guest host on Gwendy Media TV tonight, hosting you on Women's Day, an incredible opportunity for us to celebrate all the powerful women, all the powerful followers of Gwendy Media TV, and all the great female supporters of this TV channel. So today we are going to be celebrating motherhood while talking about how easy or difficult it is to raise kids while building business empires. And you must know that the CEO of Gwendy Media TV is one great businesswoman. She's a magnet, she's a media mogul, and she is a mother. We are also going to have a guest tonight who is an incredible mother, a mother of two, a scrum master, and an entrepreneur. So let's go ahead. If you're ready, we're going to get a Welcome back to Gwendy Media TV, and here you get our CEO, Mrs. Gwendolyn Fungodiva, right here.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day, Lucy Best.
Happy Mother's Day! You all look so
good. Amazing. You're very welcome to this special edition of our Mother's Day celebration on Gwendy Media TV.
Thank you. There you go.
So how are you girls feeling?
Thank you for being here. We're doing great. I'm doing great. I'm excited about today. It's Mother's Day. I have two fabulous ladies joining me in studio, and we're going to be talking all about motherhood. You know, as young mothers, it could be challenging because we have to ditch all the motherhood duties. We need to kind of like schedule everything before we come out and slay, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not that easy, but we're just so grateful that we're able to, you know, be mothers, we're able to be wives, we're able to be supporters at home, we're able to be working mothers, right, together and still look fabulous at the end of the day, right? And so we're here today to just inspire women out there, empower each other, and let every woman out there know that you have a voice, you have a place, and that because you're a mother doesn't mean that you have to give up on your dreams. That because you're a mother, it doesn't mean that your own is finished. The way people always say, do I own don't finish. You know, it should be the beginning of your life, because holding hands with the right women, you can be able to break any boundary, you can be able to stand tall, you can be able to achieve any dreams of yours that you had. So let's celebrate all mothers to be, all caregivers, all dads who are playing the role of moms. We're celebrating all of us today. Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Happy Mother's Day.
Louise, tell us about you. I mean, Gwendolyn, this is your show.
I mean, you come to the master's show and you're like, okay, so well, today it's an amazing day. I'm in Germany, so the day is almost over. We have had everything we had to. I mean, my kids brought me beautiful paintings. How's the day coming for you? I guess it's after midday for you. How's it been for you so far, Lucy?
So far, it's been a great day. I woke up with a beautiful text from my first son saying, "Mom, happy Mother's Day." I couldn't get to the phone, but I will call you after my football practice. I'm like, "Oh, isn't he sweet?"
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. So let's talk about it. I mean, we are all mothers and we are young. So, I mean, there's usually like a dilemma. It's hard to be a mother and do other things. So three of us here are mothers and we do other things on the side. So today, let's just keep it simple and start with, what do you think is motherhood? If someone were to ask you, what does it mean to be a mother? What would you say? So I want us to start with our CEO.
Okay.
Being a mother. I think I heard a lot, and you guys can see that this is part of being a mom. I had to go out there to get my laptop. My lipstick is kind of like not well polished, but this
You
is okay. As mothers, we understand this, you know.
right.
So I had to be setting up the broadcast from behind. Hey, I want to invite everybody who is just tuning in right now to share the video. I invite you to share. We need more mothers joining. I don't know where everybody is today. So I think everybody's so busy celebrating Mother's Day that we don't have people, but that's okay. They would join
Nope.
in later on. The Chris, yes, I was beginning to wonder where everybody is. So look, please just join. Being a mother, I would say, is such a blessing for me. Um, I became a mother very young, and that was something that my life. It completely changed my way of seeing things. It gave me a certain kind of strength inside of me to push beyond myself, to want to give my kids the best life ever, to want to give them the things that maybe I did not have, the opportunities that I did not have growing up, and stuff like that, to want to really be there for them and help them out achieve their goals, to be a guiding force for them, you know, just be that leader, be that mom who is a role model, who would do something that they can emulate tomorrow, you know, because a lot of times we get caught up with life and we forget that some things that we do might end up, you know, touching or touching our kids in a different way. And so most of the times, and I really thank God for, you know, the parenting that I received from my parents, you know, their guidance was so important. They were strict, especially my dad. I felt that he was extremely strict with us, but I'm so grateful that I allowed myself to follow those principles that helped me in being a better woman and a better mom today. And so just being a mom to me, it just means so many things at the same time. And it's not just being a mom to my kids, it's being a good auntie to my, you know, my cousin's kids, my brother's kids. It's being a role model to the young woman that's growing up wherever she is. It's just being a voice to the voiceless, those women that cannot speak by themselves, or, you know, is being a leader in the community. And that is the reason why I take up a lot of leadership roles, because for me that is the very essence of being who you are, being a mother. They always say mother is gold and mother is life, and truly that's who a mother is, because without mothers we would not be here today. So
Definitely. I just want to thank MC Lucrece for joining. He asked if fathers don't have to join. You're more than welcome to join, because we are mothers because there are fathers out there.
Right.
So thank you all so much for joining. Dungeodex, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for putting in your comments, encouraging us, encouraging all mothers out there. So today
yes.
we are talking about raising kids while building empires. But first, we wanted to know what each of us on the panel thinks about motherhood. So we just listened to you, Gwen, and that's absolutely incredible. It's amazing because we get to be so many things at the same time being mothers. So at this point, I would like to know from you, Lucy, what does it mean to be a
Love
mother?
it. That's the pronunciation. Love is
Sorry.
love is best.
Love
Oh,
is best. Oh, Winkler.
great.
Oh, Winkler.
Oh, great.
Winkler.
Winkler.
Yeah.
Can't speak Winkler, Nene. My phone name is Winkler.
Oh, genau. Vikla. Let's not
These guys
disturb
have
the
been
other
speaking
people.
German.
We could go on and on, but of course.
And I was so jealous. Like, what's going on? I don't understand German, girls.
Don't worry, we can teach you. For me, motherhood has taught me a whole lot. It's changed my whole human being and my perspective. For me, motherhood is embracing your flaws and being patient. If you are privileged to become a mother, one thing you have to do is be very patient. You are not even able to raise yourself, talk less of you raising another whole
Human.
human being, right? Like you can't even afford to make your own mistakes, then talking about you raising another person. So motherhood is it's a very lovely journey, but it's also very tough, given that as much as you are looking for your well-being, you have to also make sure that whatever you're doing doesn't impact the kids that you're trying to raise. So motherhood for me is love, is peaceful, it's just being patient with yourself and with the little humans that you are raising, because at every point in time you will see a different type of behavior as they grow up. So yeah, it's
Wow.
fortunate to be mothers, and I can only say we should take this journey one day at a time. We will fall, but we should find a way to rise again. And as we rise, we learn from our experiences. There is no perfect mother out there. There is no manual on how to raise a child. It's only through our experiences. And like Gwen rightly said, given the upbringing we had. So the way you would bring your own child up, the way you would tackle motherhood, it's the completely different way the way I would do, given that we were all raised in different environments. So it's an individual journey, but we should be patient while doing it. Yes.
I absolutely agree. So
Wow.
I'll just round up by saying that being a mother for me is learning to be everything at
Right.
the same time, because in the very early years of your kid's life, you are the teacher, you are the music teacher, you're the dance teacher, you're the sports
Body
teacher.
trainer.
You basically, yeah, exactly. You're the nutritionist. You are everything. You're the doctor. Let me not say doctor. You're the primary caregiver. You're the first aid box. You're everything. So, being a mother has taught me more about myself than I ever knew existed. Because there are things I never knew I was going to be able to do, but being a mother has revealed the possibility of that. I
Right.
mean, being everywhere at the same time, doing everything at the same time would have sounded like an impossibility to me, the young motherless girl. But with two people who depend entirely on me for everything. I mean, if they need to be on time to school, it's going to be me. If they need to eat rightly, it needs to be me. If they have to exercise, it has to be me. So, I mean, being a mother is basically being everything at the same time.
Wow. Let's give us a clap.
Yeah, right.
Congratulations, super moms. Yes.
Definitely, we
This is
are.
this is definitely not an easy job, but we thank God. We thank God. We're hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So I know that I mean, being a mother is already so demanding, and the demands that come with being a mother just make other people give up on every other dream they have ever had. So many mothers stopped at being mothers because it was so stressful, it was so demanding, it was so strenuous. And we know, I mean, we appreciate them for everything they do, but we are here today to show every mother watching that beyond being a mother, other things are possible.
Right.
So we wanted to take the twist today and celebrate being mothers and being other things like that. So I would like to start with a small anecdote of myself. So when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I was in my first year master's program. I was in a different country. My husband lives in Germany. I was in Denmark for my master's course. I was all alone in a foreign land. I didn't know anyone. I was at the edge. I was either gonna stop everything and come back to sink into being a mother, or take the bull by the horns and push to the end. So I had these choices in my hand. I told myself, oh my God, yeah, you're pregnant and you're in first year masters. What are you gonna do? You have another year ahead of you. You have a project you're gonna do at the end. How are you gonna manage all of this? Something told me, okay, just go back home. Your husband will take care of everything. And I gave into that for a while. Then I told myself, okay, what then after that? The child's not going to go anywhere. She's going to be here. If I have to go on with a master's in the future, the child's still going to be here. So why not just do it now? And to tell you the truth, that was one of the hardest decisions I ever took. It was hard, but doable.
Yes.
But doable. And to tell you the most interesting part of this story, I actually took my daughter with me to class 2 times.
Oh.
I was in the University of Hamburg, the Kennstern Hamburg.
Yeah.
I was in the University of Hamburg. Everyone knew my daughter's name. Not only was I the only Black in journalism class, I was
Oh,
the Black
wow.
with a kid,
Wow.
the Black girl with a kid. So
With a
it
kid.
was an incredible,
Wow.
difficult journey. But at the end of the day, I made it in flying colors. And I'm here to tell one woman thinking out there that it's impossible, that you can be a mother and still push through with every dream that you have. That's what each of us on this panel has tried to do and is here to tell you that it's possible. I know every one of you has incredible stories. So, Gwen, what's your own little story about motherhood?
Which one can I pick?
Yeah.
I would talk about when I lost my mom. And a lot of people don't know that I have a son. I had a son. I had him shortly after I lost my mom, because when she died, I was actually pregnant. And I remember it hadn't even been so long that I had informed her that I was pregnant, you know. And we were making a lot of plans. We were hoping that someday she could be able to come here and see the kids. And, she was excited about that. And, long story cut short, when she passed, I went through a very deep depression. And imagine a woman that's pregnant at that time. It was so hard for me. I couldn't just focus on anything. I was crying. My blood pressure hit the roof. It was crazy. Like, I was afraid for my life. And so my water broke really early. I don't even want to get into all the details about that, but my water broke months early. And so I had to leave in the hospital for weeks. And while being in the hospital, I still had to be a strong woman and still do the things that I was doing and, not give up. And because I had that little man inside of me, I was laying on that bed and I was telling myself, oh, my mom is gone, but I have to be here for my kids. I can't let myself go down to the extent where I could lose my life because they would not have me. At least I had my mom until this age. I don't want to deprive them of that time.
Yeah.
And so going through everything, when I was supposed to have the baby, they were going to induce me and take him out early because I had already lost all of my amniotic fluid. So the baby was straining within me. There was no water for him to swim inside. And so they kind of try to induce it. And for hours and hours, nothing was happening until I was just laying there in so much pain. And the nurse came in like in haste, and she looked at me and she was like, I can call him. He just went to eat something. And she said, okay, call him. I said, is there a problem? She said, yeah, we have to take the baby out right now because the baby is losing his breath. And if we don't take him out right now, we could lose you and the baby altogether. And at that moment, I had wanted to be a virtuous woman and have my baby like a Hebrew woman, but I had to take that decision at that point in time to survive for my kids and to let my son survive, And so we took the decision. It was a whole process, which probably I want to talk about another day. Very painful experience. So much went on. I lost a lot of blood. My anesthesia got finished. I could feel the needle piercing through my belly, like poof, like I could feel it. And I was screaming, but I had no energy. But I know that deep inside of me, I wanted to be here for my kids. I wanted to be here for the people that I inspire and that I empower. I wanted to be here to make a difference in the world. And that's the reason why I would say that motherhood has been my catalyst. It has been the thing that gave me the strength that I needed to push through. And that is what drives me every single day to do the different things that I do, because I believe that I have a role to play, and that's my purpose. Not only being a woman, a mother, but being a change maker.
Right.
And I'm just so grateful for everybody that has ever supported me. I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for these kids that God gave me, because they gave me a strength to believe that I am unstoppable. And I just want to tell any woman that's watching us at this time, you are unstoppable. Don't let what you're going through, you could have gone through a terrible situation. Realize that you're here now. And that's a reason for you to fight. And if you can't do it, seek for help. Talk to a sister, talk to somebody. Don't keep it inside of you, because there's so much more that you can give.
That's
That is an incredible story of girl power. I mean,
Yeah.
when you told that story, it resonates with every mother, because it just sends you right back to that moment when you tried to bring those kids to the world.
right.
For every woman, I know the experiences are different, but they boil down to the same thing. It's an incredible story of pain, but it's like bittersweet. It's
Yeah.
like bittersweet. Yours was kind of extreme, and we're really sorry that you went through all of that. But at the end of the day, you look at your little ones and you're like, it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it. And we are thankful that we are here and we are able to raise them, and we are able to have them give us this little treats today. It is incredibly empowering. So thank you for being such a strong woman, for empowering women out there, and for being a voice to the voiceless, because I know that there are so many women watching right now who might be going through situations they don't even know if they're going to be able to come out from. But your story is going to empower someone out there.
Yep. That's right.
So, Lovis, what's your own little story?
Oh, I was just listening to her and my heart was just pumping and pumping because I have a similar story.
Similar, yeah.
Oh, no.
My daughter just
Yeah.
a week
Oh,
ago.
oh, wow.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. She's special. Her name is
Yes.
special indeed. So last year, in April, I was actually due in June, but I got her in April.
Yes. Same story, girl.
Wow.
So I was I
Mhm.
was fine. I went for my appointment, came back home on Wednesday. Saturday was my birthday. Due to COVID, I couldn't celebrate my 30th. So I had only few family members
Woohoo.
home. And of course I didn't drink alcohol. But then that day I just felt some dizziness. I'm like, you know what, let me chill, let me lay back. I went into the bathroom to take a shower. I could not see. I'm like, okay, let me go rest. Maybe it's because I was super active that morning. Maybe I've been cleaning the house and that's the reason. So later on, we had a piece of cake with close family and friends. Everyone left around midnight. I said, okay, let me go upstairs and get some rest. Went upstairs trying to take off my dress, and I felt like, okay, I could not just do anything. I was very weak at that point in time. Then I could not even talk. My brother was downstairs. I could not even scream. So what I did is I put my butt on the top of the stairways and I rolled down,
Oh.
and the stairways comes right down to the living room and the kitchen, and they were like, what is going on? I'm like, I couldn't talk. I was just doing signs. I
Oh.
cannot talk. So they put me on the chair for a moment, the couch, fanned me, gave me water. I did everything they could do. And then all of a sudden, my feet just began swollen, getting big and big and big.
Oh.
Oh God.
And then I lost breath at some point in time. And then my brother was like, okay, we need to call the ambulance. I think because at first they were scared due to the COVID restrictions. We were not allowed to have people in the house. So,
Yeah.
but then they said, hey, this is life and death matter. So we have to call them. As America is, you all know, when you call the ambulance, they usually arrive like within 10 minutes. That day it took about 45 minutes before the ambulance.
Oh God.
So when they got there, they was like, okay, what is going on? My brother started narrating and narrating. They put me on the um bed and put me in the vehicle, and they were like, okay, your blood pressure is almost 300.
Wow.
do you know what you have? I'm like, no, I don't have no medical issues, nothing. I've been fine. So I don't know what you're talking about. Please, can you elaborate? And then the lady was like, you have preeclampsia. And at this point in time, if we don't rush you to the hospital, you might have a heart attack or stroke.
And that's it.
And that's it. I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
Went to the hospital. Things were not looking good. They kept me in the ICU for a while. And then a couple of days later, they said, I have to stay in the hospital until the baby arrives. I'm like, oh my God, I still have 2 and they have months to go.
How can I stay here for all this long?
How am I even going to cope? Plus the COVID restrictions. No, I wasn't allowed to have any visitor. And then on the other hand, my husband is in South America. I'm laying down on that damn bed with a baby in my stomach, fighting for my life, fighting for the baby. And I have my other 2 boys at home, 9 years
Oh.
and 5-year-old at home. I'm like, okay. At that point in time, all sort of things were going through my brain. If I die, what is going to happen to my kids? Have I left enough for them? Was I that mother that my kids envisioned? Like, so many questions were going through my mind, and I had to call their dad because I had my boys in my previous marriage. So I had to call their dad. I'm like, hey, this was one of the most difficult statements I've ever made. I'm like, where I'm right now, I might not make it. I just want you
Oh
to
God.
I have these 2 boys home, and I need you to step up and take not only a daddy role, but a mother's role as well, because I don't know
Oh
if I.
God.
And he was like, what's going on? I'm like, I cannot talk. I just wanted you to know that I'm in the hospital and I'm fighting for my life. And he was like, okay, I'll call you later on. Okay, just get what you have to do what you have to do and get better. So a couple of weeks later, for some reason, the high blood medications that I was getting was not responding to my body. My veins could not be fine. At some point, they could not find my vein. My body was just becoming numb. And
Oh, Father Lord.
that night, they increased the dose, and nothing was just working. And the nurse was like, I'm sorry to bring you this bad news, but we have to do something right now. She called a couple of nurses. There were like 4 nurses in that room, standing by the bed with me, making sure that I'm okay. Philibantonis, they were looking for my vein. The other one rushed out to call the doctors, and I had to call my bonus mother, my uncle's wife. I call her my bonus mother because, like I told you earlier, my mom is in Germany. My entire family is in Europe. So I have my bonus mother over here, my uncle's wife. I'm like, when things want to happen, when the devil is trying to fight you, they come in all possible ways. I called everyone at home. Nobody picked the phone. I had to call my cousin's girlfriend to call my cousin and say, hey, go wake mom up because right now I need her more than ever. So luckily, she was able to get through to him, and he went to the bedroom and woke his mother up. And immediately she heard it. That woman just put on her clothes. She did not even, everything at that point in time did not matter for her, which I appreciate her for that so much. She ran to the hospital and they took me into the theater. Ladies, if I tell you guys what happened in there, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Must have been scary.
I was throwing up the entire scene.
Oh, Father Lord. Girl, did we have the same? Yeah.
I was losing oxygen.
Yeah.
My bonus mom was making sure that because she's a nurse practitioner, she was making sure that they're giving me the right cut. On the other side, she's holding my hand, making sure that I stay woke and don't give up, because if I would give up, then it would be a nightmare in that room.
Yeah.
So I was losing breath. I was losing oxygen. I was throwing up at the same time. She was constantly shaking me and saying, hey, the baby.
Don't go. Stay here.
Stay
Be with us.
And that moment when I heard my daughter cried, I was like, it can only be you, God.
Yeah.
It can only be you. And
Oh, wow.
it's been a struggle, because even when we came back home, she had a couple of scenarios where at a month she fell down.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a premature baby falling down. So I had to take her again to the emergency room. And all the questioning, girl.
God.
And we had another instances where she choked. I had to call the ambulance.
Oh God.
Like, oh, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
all these battles, and she's finally here. Is the devil trying to take her again, or what is going on? Like, God, is there something that I'm not doing right? But I just want to openly say thank you to my family, thank you to my bonus mother, thank you to my parents for constantly calling and checking. Thank you to all my lovely aunties out there. I have a village, ladies. I'll tell you guys, I am who I am because of my family, and they are my pillars. Because each time in my life they have always been there, and they always pray. Like, who doesn't need prayers, right?
Yes.
They always make sure that they come through with their prayers, since we are so far apart, all this mileage distance within
And COVID.
Yeah.
COVID, me going through all that stress, not being able to have my mother with me, or my husband by
Yeah.
bed
Must be
saying,
difficult.
okay, I had to tell myself it's gonna be okay. So no visitation, nothing. Like, I would say that having a child is another thing, like Gwen said, but the recovery process is another thing. That was also one hell of a process I went through. When I finally woke up from that C-section, that day around 10 a.m. in the morning, I was put in the wheelchair. I'm like, okay, where's my daughter? It was strange. Where's my daughter? Normally, when you have a child, she's right next to the bed. Like, oh, we can't have her in here. She's in the NICU. I was like, oh no. That's when the reality set.
Yeah.
So I say, hey, can you please take me up to the NICU? I want to see her. We went there and they gave me my daughter. Believe it or not, I refused carrying her.
Oh God.
I was like, no, this is not mine. She's too tiny. She was 3 pounds, 1.3 kilograms. I was like, mm-mm.
Wow.
Come to think that I've had a son previously and he was 10 pounds, and now you're trying to give me a 3 pounds baby. That's a huge difference. So I was like, no, doctor, I don't think I want her. So, mm, mm, mm,
Wow.
mm.
Yeah.
Girl, you
That's
are
an incredible
strong.
story. You're a strong woman.
It was very painful. Then after that, I'm home. I finally went home, but the baby stayed in the NICU, and then I had to go there every single
To
day.
see your baby and feed your baby. Oh God.
On the other hand, I have kids at home who are doing homeschool.
Yeah.
You know, because you're trying to give love to one child, you are also trying to make sure that you don't neglect the other kids, right? You have
Yeah.
to kind of balance it. And then at that moment in time, postpartum depression is kicking in. I did not want to see my kids at all. I will lock myself in the room, and I just want to be there quietly. I don't want no music, no TV. I haven't been able to watch TV for almost 2 years now, due to all this trauma that I went through. So it's a whole lot. Motherhood is a beautiful thing, but I just feel like if you don't have the right support, or if you are not strong
Yes.
enough, it will take a toll on you. And I'm able to bounce back due to the fact that I have a family that I can rely on, I can call. I have people that I know that they have my back, being
Yeah.
gone through me, going through all the things that I went through, and the experiences that I have. And I know that if anything would to be happen tomorrow, God forbid, I have a village that will raise the kid. So
Definitely.
I just want to say thank you to all of them. I can't name names, but if you're out there and you're going through something similar, just find a comfort zone. I don't want you to lose your mind. Find a comfort zone. Find that one, eliminate negativity. Find that one person that will have your back, because you need the support. No parent, no mother should be going through these things by themselves. It will not end up in good faith. So, whatever you're going through in your motherhood trials, find someone that you can rely on, someone that you can talk to, someone that you can relate with, and just stay strong for yourself. Whatever you're doing, remember that you are doing it for that little human that you are, raising or bearing in your stomach. So yeah, motherhood is a lovely thing, but it comes with its own struggles. Nonetheless, it's doable.
It is.
Very doable. And when you survive all those things with the grace of God, you come back giving testimonies. You come back looking at your kids and say, hey, I did it. My
Yes.
parents did it, so I have done it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Go girl. Your story. Wow. I don't know. I have goosebumps all over. That's an incredible
When I
story of strength.
think many people were like, okay, we did not know all this part of the
Yes.
story. Yeah. There's no way I could post them at that time.
Yeah.
And since I put to bed, I've never watched those videos and those pictures of, my baby being in the NICU. It took me courage to give out my testimony last week and say, hey, people, this is what I went through. But I stood close to God, and like they say, prayers move mountains, and it
You
did
do.
happen for me. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your story, wow. Wow. You are that kind of woman that we look up to for strength, because you go through situations and you're like, oh my God, am I the first person in this? Has there ever been anyone who lived anything like this? And your story, girl, wow. Having two kids at home, being with one in hospital, one whom you can't even hug, and your
Right.
husband being away and your family being away, that was tough. That was tough. And we really appreciate you for standing strong and being able to tell the story today. So, girl, wow.
Thank you. I had my laptop with me. I had to call my manager and say, hey, with the look of things, I don't know how long I'm going to stay in this hospital. I have PTOs, but it will run out at some point. So I'm going to have to work from this hospital bed. So thank God for the organization that I work with or work for.
Thank God, girl. I didn't
Yeah,
have the right to work
because
from the hospital.
guess what? They will call me. I'll be in a meeting, Zoom meeting, and the doctors will come in. I'm like, hey, the doctors are here. I need to listen to them. And my team members will be like, hey, Winky, go ahead, do what you got to do. Take care of your health. And they'll stand
Wow.
what they were
That
doing.
was a great team, girl.
It's
Yeah.
until I will finish with the doctor and then get back to them in that Zoom meeting. So it's like everything just worked together for my good. I found favors in so many ways and so many instances. I was like,
Wow.
wow, thank you, Lord.
Yes, absolutely. So you've just
Woman,
taken us to one of the areas we wanted to touch on tonight. And that is the challenges of being a mother within this pandemic. The challenges that we go through. I mean, it's already difficult enough being a mother, and being a working mom and who has a business on the side can be incredibly
yes.
difficult. Can be incredibly difficult. But of course, we are here. So, Gwen, what would you have to say about that? Because I mean, when I
Being a
look at
mom
you,
and a businesswoman.
yeah, and being a working mom and a businesswoman.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. 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 I want to say first and foremost, I thank God because I'm a Christian. I would say that the fact that I have God in my life, the fact that I know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, it gives me the hope to believe that there is nothing that is out of reach for me. That all the gifts, that all the superpowers that God has invested inside of me, that He's put inside of me, I can use them and build different streams of income for myself, that I can do the things that I love to do, that I can empower other people, I can teach them what I know, I can raise a tribe of women who win every single time. I just, I told myself that if God gave me a chance to be here again, is because there was so much more that I needed to do. And because I'm still alive, I'm not ready to stop now until I've impacted as many people as possible. And I like to be so bold. And I told myself, there was a day I was writing this down, like, because I have this upcoming masterclass that starts on Tuesday, which I'm inviting all the women to join, by the way. And I wrote, when I was going right to the bottom as I was writing about me, I wrote there that I want to impact, I want to transform, inspire, motivate, and help 1 million women around the world reach their financial freedom by doing the things that they love to do. It's possible. And I believe that I've already reached more than that, because this has been 12 long years working in the media space. It's just I've not taken count of it. But from now that I decided that this is something that we want to do, we can do it. We can make a difference. And I would say that that has been my my biggest strength, wanting to give value, wanting to be a leader, wanting to be an example for myself, because it has to start with you. Self-love is the very first thing. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love other people. So it starts from you. If you cannot empower yourself, coming out of trauma, you and I have such a similar story. It's crazy. It's something I don't want to go through. But the fact that I found that I'm still here, I told myself, we can make a difference. And I want to call on all the women out there. I'm glad that you too accepted to join this change. Let us transform women out there, because mothers go through a lot. It's so hard for a woman to go through all this pain and then still want to follow her dreams, because some women have limiting beliefs. They have people that are holding them back, people that don't think that they have anything to give. You know, some people don't have that support. Winkler, you know that you had the support, and that was one thing that helped you to stand strong. Some women don't have that support because maybe the husband that even impregnated them is not there anymore, or maybe he's irresponsible, or maybe there's just so many different things that happen that can keep a woman in a dark place. The overwhelm of being a mother, of having to take care of this and that and this and that. It looks like you're the only one. Pandemic happens. The husband is going to work. You are the one that stays home to take care of the kids. Make sure that they've eaten. Make sure that they've been changed. Make sure that you're the one doing all these things. Even though, yes, you can have a supportive husband who supports you also, which is a lot of help. But you as a woman, you need to build your mindset. If you're unable to do it by yourself, join a community of like-minded, driven women who can help you. And so that's the thing. I would say that that's my biggest motivation, just wanting to do more because of this life that I still have today. The second chance that God gave me, maybe the second or the third, but just the fact that I'm still here today, I want to be able to do as much as God's strength can give me, basically, without having to stop, without having to fret, because I am the force for other women who don't have that same force. Not everybody has the strength that we have. Not everybody is as courageous. There are people who give up, who just sit there and cry all day. They just don't have the right mindset, the kind of strength that they need. They don't have maybe the support. They don't have the friends. They don't have the women groups that they can join. And so if some of us have that possibility of doing it, let's not hope.
Absolutely. I mean, you two are strong women. Your stories, they just move. They are so touching, and you can tell even from the comments here. I mean, they are so motivating, and they can push more women than you would ever imagine to stretch the limit. So, talking about the pandemic. That for me was a hard blow. I mean, it hit me right in the face, right in the beginning. So, and that's going to be probably the most difficult phase of being a mother for me, because when the pandemic started, it seems to have started right from my home. Because my husband was the first familiar person I knew who got infected, and he was hit in the worst way possible, which means every complication you can think of related to COVID happened to him. This man was in coma for 21 days.
Oh my
21 days. I mean, lungs failed, kidneys failed. I mean, the only thing that was left in his body was his heart.
Oh, Father Lord.
And Germany was on lockdown. I'm right here with 2 kids. And no one can visit.
Oh, Father.
So for those 21 cold days, I was in this house with 2 kids. My first daughter, my daughter is 6, and my son was 8 months at the time his father was hospitalized. So I'm here having to cater to a 6-year-old and an 8-month-old in a very devastated mindset, because we had every diagnosis possible. And the worst of it, in fact, it came to the climax when one night the doctors called me to say they are sorry, They've tried everything possible, but in the next 5 hours is gonna be the end.
Hey.
Go for
Yeah, they told me that. They told me that I was at home here with these kids. I had just them and I had the phone, right?
Oh
And you
God.
know, with that, when you get a phone call like that, your phone becomes it becomes terror. I mean, I couldn't look at my phone. So you can imagine, if I can't look at my phone, I can't call anyone. And you can't explain to the kids what is going on. I was shaking, my teeth were gnashing. I was like, oh my God. So what am I gonna become? So this is the end, in the middle of a pandemic. We have family here, my brother's here, my we have family here, but nobody can visit because the lockdown then was hard. It was hard. No one was allowed to drive in from a different city. And everyone, oh my goodness, it's such a I still have chills when I'm talking about it. It feels like
Yeah.
my heart beats 100 times faster, because it's a phase of my life that I would never forget. Because my daughter's here with me, and she kind of reminds me every day how her father and her visited me when I was in a hospital waiting for
the
her brother.
baby.
Why can't we see her father? Why can't we? And I mean, you tell her there's a pandemic and you can't go to the hospital, but it doesn't make any sense to her. So at some point, I just had to tell her, oh, okay, if you can visit her, why can't you talk to him on phone? We can give him a call. So, having to explain to this little girl that her father's somewhere fighting for his life, we don't know if he's gonna come back, or even tell her that the doctors have said he's never gonna come back. And yeah, of course, we're never gonna see him, because at that time, if any of your relatives died, it was just gonna be incinerated, and then yeah, whatever. So that was the hardest test of motherhood for me, because you can imagine an 8-month-old, right? There's nothing you can tell him. All you can do is, I mean, play. He needs to see you playful. He needs to see you joyful. He needs to see you alive, but you are
Right.
dead.
So you're
But
dead.
you are dead. You are dead. So it just feels like terror. It just and then you can imagine the homeschooling. And then you can imagine everything else. It was a nightmare. I literally, it was like I was knocking on hell's door. I was knocking on hell's door. So this period has been tough. It has been tough. But at the
Get
end of the day,
tougher.
I thank God that, I mean, we are like-minded women. We all have talked about how much prayer has helped us, how much our religion or our belief in God. To me, that's the only thing that kept me alive. The only time I felt like I was still living or alive or a human being was when I was praying. I felt, when they say, he fills you with the joy that surpasses all human understanding. That is what happened to me, because I am dead in the body. I'm physically dead. I'm non-existent. I can't tell you if for 21 days I took a shower. I can't remember. I don't even know what these kids ate. I don't know. I don't. So at the end of the day, it's mindset. It's know you need to survive. And my husband just joined in. Hey, Miracle Man.
Welcome, husband.
I call him Miracle Man because 5 hours after, when the doctors called, I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, is it the news? Is it finally it? And they told me, oh, something happened and he came alive again. And I'm like, God, happened. You just don't know it.
Wow.
And I was like,
and that's his name right there on the screen. The guy that got brought back to life after the nurses had announced to Vandalin that he only had about 5 hours to live.
Yes. It's an absolute miracle.
Wow.
It's
Miracle Man.
Yeah, I call him my Miracle Man because if you know Germany, you would know they wouldn't call you until they are sure of every little bit of fact.
Yeah.
So when they called me, I was like, yes, this is it. But at the end of the day, God has the final say.
Right.
And I'm still here today joining you strong ladies to say nothing is impossible. If I could survive 21 days dead at home with 2 kids, you can survive anything.
Yes. And I just feel this, I feel this song strongly in my spirit by Judy Kay. You do not lie, you do not fail. What is hard for you
do?
to
Yes,
do?
Lord.
Yes, girl.
It can never ever exist.
Never
Oh,
ever. Never
oh,
ever. Never ever.
yes. A support system is so important in situations that we face in our everyday life, whether you're starting your business, whether you're just being a mom, whether you're being a student, following your classes and all that, whatever it is that you're doing. If you have nobody standing by you, backing you, it could be very depressing. But we thank God for the families that we have. And of course, for those people out there, ladies out there, who are going through situations that they don't have people standing for them, look for somebody that can stand with you. Look for like-minded people. If you search, you'll find it. If you're truly looking for somebody that can support you, you will find it, definitely. Vandolin, you're such a strong woman. And I mean, I've always said that to you. We've known each other for years,
Yeah.
and you know the story.
Yeah.
That will probably be a story for another day. But you're somebody that I respect so much. Luvis, you and I are, and I want to thank you. Let me use this opportunity to say thank you. When I did my very first TV show under Gwendy Media, this was 2017. And that was my story. I believed that I had so much more to give, and I wanted to take that bold step to start my own media and consulting company. And Luvis, she dressed me up. So N
Oh,
Squared dressed me
wow.
up. Yeah. I thank you for
I
your
was on.
partnership. I thank you for your collaboration. It was a very hard venture for me. I put in a lot of money, a lot of time and everything, and it just went down the drain. I was so shocked. Like the people that I was counting on, people that I expected, to be there were not there. But that's a story for another day. And that's one of my success stories that I always like to talk about, because sometimes when you don't really have the right strategy to use, when you don't have the right information about things, you could really break down. And if I wasn't strong enough, and if I didn't tell myself that I know that there's so much more inside of me, and that there's a reason why God gave me that strength to even take the bold step, I would not be standing here. Luvis, you had something to say.
Oh, I just wanted to contribute when you mentioned you had so many expectations. Talking of
Yeah.
expectation, when you are embarking this motherhood journey, that is the first thing that you should eliminate. Expectation. They will
Expectation.
come to the baby shower, gender review, and everything. They will hype you, but as soon as that baby pops out, it's on you alone.
There you go.
It's
Your
on you
reality is
alone.
yours.
That's your reality. That's the reality of the story. Even your close family members, I'm telling you, just know that as a mother, you are going to have to be there for that child by yourself. Any other person coming in at any given moment is a bonus. So just limit
Definitely.
expectation if you don't want to be heard, most especially by your close friends or family members. Limit expectation. That's also one thing I've learned in life in general. If you want to keep yourself happy and stay on that positive energy level, eliminate expectation. Anything
Yeah.
Exactly.
that you get becomes a bonus.
And what you're
Yeah.
saying also applies to businesses. So
Yes.
Yes.
Gwen and I talked about this yesterday. A business is like
Yes.
a baby, right? You would present it to people and they'll be like, oh my God, you're doing extraordinary things. You're doing great things. But when you need them, ah, trust me, 0% of the people understand your vision.
Yeah.
0%. So the greatest asset you should have should be to be able to forge through this vision regardless of who understands and doesn't understand it. If you understand your vision, you should be focused and go for it. Let no one tell you this is not going to work. This is not possible. I mean, from the stories the three of us have told, every woman out there should see that everything is possible. It's not
It
only
is.
life and death
Yes.
matters, it is in business, it is in education, it is in everything. We are unstoppable, girl.
We,
Yes, we are.
we are.
There's this post that I fell on yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to upload it, but maybe if I can find it, I can just play it out loud just so people can listen. It's a very short, like 30 seconds, but it touched my heart because it was just so true. And it's kind of like really true about what we're saying right now. How you really expect things to happen and they don't end up happening that way. Like you count on support from other people. And this might be a bitter truth for a lot of people out here. If you actually really want to break through and be a business person and be an entrepreneur, really a mom or just anything that you want to be in life, it's on you.
It's on you.
Really, the first
100%.
person, it's on you because if,
100%.
yeah,
100%.
you got to count on you first beyond everything, because if you're counting on other people, it might just not turn out to be the way that you expected it
All
to
have
be.
their own struggles. They have their own visions, right? They have their own,
Exactly.
so they are not seeing what you're seeing. So it starts with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is the video, and I'm just gonna try to play it as loud as
Oh, we can
possible.
see your son. Hello, boy.
Say good evening.
Oh,
That's the middle one.
Okay.
Mommy, I'm back. He thinks he's the last.
Great.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Why are you even thinking like that? Why you even are? You should just go get a 9 to 5. You just did me a favor. Thank you. I appreciate you. You just motivated me. Now, mind you, here's the fun part. That as these things come to life, those same people that told you you weren't gonna make it, you weren't gonna do it, you're crazy, are the same people telling you, great, I had some tickets to the concert. You know what? Absolutely, Babu. And I'm gonna put you in the best seats.
okay. So that was just a very short video, and I found this video on TikTok yesterday, and it kind of like resonated so much with what happens around us. Like you're starting a business, all these ideas that you might have some trusted friends that you want to just share with them because you're excited about it, and then their response might just really break your heart because
Right.
in their minds they feel that they know you. Oh, no, not only Winkler, no, not Vandoline. In their minds, they've put you in that level that they've always known you. Oh, she's just this friend that I know. They don't look at the transformation that has happened inside of you or what you can give,
Yep.
but they already put you at a certain level in their minds. Like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, what does she think she is? Oh, what does
Oh,
she?
you're ambitious.
Exactly. But when things start working out, when that success starts coming, you will see some of the people who were the first to bash you, maybe not in front of you, because some of them will not tell you to your face.
Yep.
They will have their WhatsApp groups, they will have their little Facebook groups where they will talk about you and say how you're, you don't know what you're talking about, and all those kind of things, right? So when I saw this video yesterday, I was like, wow, this is actually what is going on. So I don't know, ladies, have you guys had like to start anything and that you got a negative reaction from somebody that shocked you, somebody that you really
But
counted on?
I was like, oh wow. Okay. So I sent out invites for my daughter's first birthday, right? And s- somebody said she was gonna come. But then she went
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
bed with another friend, and then they were talking about how they would drive down and come for this party. And in that conversation, she was like, but why do I be stress myself? It even what I make with the Pekin, let's say, I be first man for born Pekin. You know, that I'm like, okay, this woman does not know a bit of an iota what I went through for how to, and she's a mother. For you to
Yeah.
express yourself in that manner, it was
Mhm.
taboo for me. You know,
Yeah.
so people will come at you, laugh in your face, but in the back, it's a total different scenario. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's happening with businesses and family. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, order me that suit. I'll send you the money, or I'll come pick. I've had so many instances. I'll come get it. You go ahead out of your own pocket. You order this
You
suit.
then it becomes a problem. It hangs on your neck. You're like, what do I do now in this business? What do I do with these products in my hand? These
Exactly.
people that said they wanted to get it, they're gonna pay it, then it becomes a problem. What about people who even owe you? Like you're doing your
Oh, why even go buy for that?
business.
I'm not even sure say get quality stuff, and then another person had to put a full stop and like, hey, have you tried it on? And this person ended up ordered the suit. When he wore it, he came back to me. It's like, oh, I don't minimize your,
Everybody.
yes, I don't
Yeah.
minimize product. I'm so sorry. I did not know that this is how good your products were. I'm really, really sorry.
What I will always say, is there are so many negative minds out
Yes,
there, and there are more negative than positive minds.
yes.
So what you can do, this is a lesson I've learned. The lesson I've learned is not to expect perfection from anyone, right? So, okay, if I find you and you're close to being perfect, how, yeah, thank God. But if you're not, just be at peace with it, because that's that's human
Right.
nature. I mean, it's just sickening that we find it really hard to support our own. They say like familiarity breeds contempt. It's like when they know you too well, they find it difficult to take anything you do seriously. I just told Gwen yesterday about this thing where they say a prophet is never accepted in his own home.
Wow.
It's just about this familiarity breeding contempt, because someone will look at you and say, is this not going off yesterday? How can you expect
Same
her
person that
to?
I know. What are you talking
How
about?
can you expect her to? But the truth is, at the end of the day, what you should do is punch them with your results.
Exactly.
There you
Just
go.
like you did the guy in the suit.
Yes, my results.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you ladies have had like a your awakening moment, where you could have been in a dark place, where just because of something that somebody said that you could not believe that people would say that to you, and you just woke up from it and you asked yourself, like, but why am I even letting this thing get to me this much? Like, what do they even know about me? Like, who are they even to say things about me? Like, have you had an awakening moment like that in your life? Like, how did you realize, how did you take your
This one
back?
hits me in the chest, because
How did you
this one hits me in the chest for one reason. Okay, you see, when we were journalists in Cameroon, right? We were in the media, we were in the safe spaces and all of this stuff. So suddenly life brings you to a country where a different language is spoken from yours, right? And then you have to pick the pieces of your life up. You must get moving. You must get going. So, you come here, you have the courage. I mean, you go into postgraduate course, you're doing it, and someone you hold in so high esteem comes and tell you, oh, stop wasting your time. Oh, you think after this, you think you get a job in this country? Hey, do you know how long we've been here? Do you know how long we've been here? My dear, just go. I mean, there are these easy things. Just do the nursing, or just do the this, and just do the that. I mean, those are the easy things. That's how we get along here. You waste your time there, and then at the end of the day, you don't get anything.
Wasting money for training.
That breaks you. I mean, the ordinary you would be broken. So at that time, the me, then I was down. I called my husband. I said, do you think this thing is even worth it? Maybe I should just give in and just go and do this thing. I mean, it's just 2 years, it's not going to waste so much of my time. And of course, I don't need a high intellectual level to go. And then one thing I admire so much about my husband, he's if you tell him something like that, tomorrow he gets a job.
There you go.
Yes.
So he told me,
beat you to your game.
So I was so discouraged. I was almost giving up. I said, but what they said is true. Of course, it's a different. How am I going to survive in this field? How am I gonna shuttle and this and that? When I came here, he looked at me. He laughed. I'm like, I'm telling you something so serious, and you're laughing.
And you're laughing.
He said, we've all been there. He said, we've all been there. And I was like, okay, what does it mean we've all been there? He's like, okay, does this person feed you?
Exactly.
Do you feed from this person's pocket? Why do you care about what the person said? What matters is what you think. If you think it would be impossible, then you are right. It would be impossible. So
That's
what do you? So at the end of the day, he told me, okay, she said that. So what do you say? And I looked at myself and I was like, well, she's right. You know how long she's been here and stuff. And he said, okay, if that's your mindset, okay, then you should have just gone to the farm now. So why did you even attempt going to school in the first place? And I was like, stop being sarcastic. I'm saying something serious. And he told me, okay, you know what? We'll strike a deal. You will graduate and get a job.
Yes.
And go to hell with it.
Yes.
Deal? And I'm like, But
still,
you know now.
but
So, but that was like an aha moment for me. I told myself, if I've been able to do other things before, then this is possible, right? Why did I believe this person? Why? This person doesn't run my life. You don't even know anything about my intellectual capacity. I mean, you only know what I chose to tell you. So why should I care? And I said, you know what? Gas. Ja, du weißt ja, ich habe Gas gegeben.
I don't know what she said, but that sounded so powerful. So yes, I'm taking it.
Yeah. So I said,
Gas good.
okay, so I'm going to do this just so you know
That I
it is
can
possible.
do it.
And in the future, when you look at someone, you're never going to tell that person that is impossible. Stop waste your time. Yeah, that's the common thing. You know, I say, I bet you waste your time with that school. Now, hey, mama. But I mean, at the end of the day, we are just telling women out there that everything is possible. The only thing that is impossible is what you tell yourself is impossible.
Right.
Yes.
Being a mother is a blessing. Being a caregiver is a blessing. A dad playing the role of a mom is a blessing. Listen, we have strengths, we have challenges, of course, but we cannot give up. We can't give in to those challenges because we are bigger, we are better, we're stronger, we are winners. Yes, we are winners. And as long as we have the air that flows in our lungs, as long as you're able to wake up in the morning, that's a chance for you to make a difference. That's a chance for you to make that dream that you've been pushing away come to reality. Is it a business you want to start? Is it a training program? Whatever it is that you had inside of you, a boutique like N Square, she knows how to do her stuff. Like, this girl knows how to put dressing together. Like, I give it to her. Like, I'm not good at that. I know how to talk. I know how to empower people. I know how to coach people. That is what I know how to do. And I know you're a coach. You're a Scrum Master, is a coach, basically working with teams and helping them with agile processes and all that. And Vandolin is there working with, all these people, all these organizations, helping with their communication and all that. We got something inside. And being a mom means just being blessed to do all these things the world, being the mom that you are. As long as we can manage to fix, just understand what to do at what time, we can make it work. That's all I know. We can make it work.
You just have to try it, even if you fall.
Yeah.
Hey,
and you are gonna fall.
It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. If you fall, you can always stand back up and keep going and keep growing. So it's not all about giving up because somebody said this. No, that's not the end of me.
And they are always gonna say things.
Yes. So if you're waiting for people to throw you flowers anyways, you're not going to get those flowers.
No.
You can get it from a few people that really care for real about you. But even if you don't get it from some people, you know what you got inside of you. You know your mission. You know your purpose. You know the strength that you have. And if you're backing that with some knowledge, with some strategies, with some skills, and then with a tribe of like-minded women, yes, you are unstoppable. Nothing no go stop you. Nothing. Oh my God. Vandolin, this is your show. Let me not be talking as if me are they here. This girl, they run the show here.
You're my hype girl.
The one running the show. Let me just stay quiet. I want to thank all of you for joining. Do you want us to take some comments? I know that we asked people to send in messages for their moms. Hey, Princess Lilia, mommy life sweet.
Mother on here watching us, Boma Glory. Thank you for
mommy, we love you.
So much, and thank you for sacrificing for the family.
Happy Mother's Day to mommy. And she said I saw a comment earlier on where she said you've been a strong girl right from birth. That one right
there. Yes, we celebrate mothers, and I celebrate my mom in heaven. I wish she was here to see how she's been supporting me, and we all know how our moms have supported us. Like even when your mom doesn't think that you're going right, she'll still say, I think you got it. Just keep pushing, just try this other way, just
Yeah.
Just keep going. Don't give up. And that is the strength that we want to impact women with. We want every woman out there to know
Oh,
that
there's someone who wants to
got
talk
this.
something inbox. I think you should
Who
probably
is that? Let me see. Who is that?
yeah, I mean, we appreciate everyone watching, and the aim of this is there are so many people dealing with so many things, so we would appreciate, even if you want to do, feel free to hit Gwen.
Type it in the comments and we'll definitely read it out. If you want
Yeah.
to type it in, we don't have a call-in number for the show yet, but hopefully we can get a call-in number when we have, discussions like this, so that women can call and share their story and how they got empowered. Like, so I guess maybe we should talk about what's the way forward for each of us. Like, I know that I love to call myself a mediapreneur, a media entrepreneur. I'm a creative development coach, and I help not just women, but especially women, because women have a lot more to deal with every single day. I help women find their voice. I help women to discover and tap into their creative potentials, or what I love to call superpowers, because it's fashionable like that to call it superpowers. Because each one of us was born with a specific gift inside of us, which, if you actually find that particular gift and work with the right strategies, or somebody that can help you take it out and put it out into the business world, you can actually really, really make money from the things that you love to do. That way, you're empowered, you're fulfilled, and you're giving out purpose and value to the world. So that is something that drives me, and I'm happy to work with as many women as possible. And let me just take this opportunity to invite you guys. I'll probably add the link there later on. Join the free masterclass that I'm giving on it starts on Tuesday for 5 days. And I'm going to be sharing so many things that I have learned from working with amazing coaches. Vandolin, we are Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Amazing coaches who've been transforming lives and mindsets and creating millionaires all over the world. I want to share those things that I have learned and just inspire as many women as possible. I know that we come from a society where things are not that open, but the world is opening because of the internet, and many people are taking advantage of the internet. And because of that, you don't have to stay where you are without knowing that this thing that you can do can actually be sold for money. People should not stay in a dark place where they feel that all is on their head, like the whole world is on their head,
Right.
whereas they have something inside of them that could have been used or could have been monetized in order for them to have money. Vandolin she's a communicator. She has a bank of knowledge. Vandolin can start creating a course to teach people how to, maybe crush their public speaking, how to, be confident in front of the camera. Those little tricks. You'll just run a Zoom meeting or do a live broadcast on StreamYard, there's just so many things that you can teach people how to do every single day that will really empower them and make them have results, financial results as well, from the things that they love to do. And so, ladies, let's not sleep. We've got so much inside of us. Let's learn to discover the things that we have, those gifts, those superpowers that we have inside of us, and make a living out of it. We can do that. We can do that. Yes,
Absolutely. I want to add to what you've said by saying that women should empower themselves morally and mentally, because there's no greater gift you can offer to yourself than personal development. To be able to rise above criticism, to be able to rise above limiting beliefs, to be able to tap into your greatest potentials, you would need to empower and to develop yourself. So if you discover a niche for yourself, go into that area, read what has been written, search and see what others are doing, what is working for them, what you can tap from there. And once you have done this, you would develop sets of skills that would take you into the next level. So I would really encourage women not to. There is this belief, especially back home in Cameroon, that a woman is meant for, childbearing and household chores and all of that. But of course, you can do that and more.
Yeah.
You can do that and more. Don't just limit
Just
yourself to being the housewife.
Have a foundation for yourself. It's very
Yes,
important. Create something of your own. As much as we want these men to take responsibilities as a father, as a husband, let's give ourselves as women something we like, which act as a backup in case that man is not there.
Definitely.
You want to have something for yourself. It's very important. When you have something for yourself, you build something for yourself, that man will understand you better and that man will respect you even more. So it's of high importance that we start creating things of our own for ourselves. Bring your vision to life, bring your dreams to life, no matter how small it is, no matter how big. The little steps you take to become who you are is very important. Not only for you, but for the kids that we are raising, right?
Right.
No man wants a liability nowadays. No, there is no man out there.
No woman either. Nobody wants a
no woman either. So we should get out of that old mentality of women being positioned in the kitchen or elsewhere. We should get into the, business mindset, start creating things of our own. Things that we love to do. When you find happiness in something, make money out of it.
Absolutely.
Yes, empowered women, empowered mothers. Women are taking the lead. Mothers are starting and creating more.
So if you want to get into the IT field and you want from us, just inbox me. I'm on IG as Travel the World with Azza. I'm on YouTube as Loving Life as Winkler. I share my travel stories, how I get very cheap deals, and I go on vacations with my friends and family and my kids. So if you are looking into things like that, hey, I'm here for you. It's free. I will tell you where I get all those things from. Make yourself happy. Doing anything starts with you, starts from within. If you're not happy, you'll not be able to give happiness to another person. So whatever you do it perfectly and make money out of it.
Absolutely.
There you go. So I was just adding your names there so people can connect with you. Vandaline has a show.
Survivor Stories.
There you go. We're rebranding the Survivor Stories. Hi, who is that behind Winkler?
One of her handbags.
How are you? Do you remember me?
You remember Auntie?
Are you sure? That's the beauty of being a mom, working from home, the kids popping at any time, and it's all good. This is the beauty of who we are. Working from home these days is no longer that way. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so like, hey, your cat passes behind your dog, your kids, perfect. This is the real life. This is the real deal. We're moving forward with what we have with us right now.
Absolutely.
So I was talking about Vandaline's show. Vandaline, we're rebranding. We're trying to work on more graphics and hopefully, I know that I kind of talked to her because a lot of people have been sending inbox messages about us having talks with women, like women issues, talking about motherhood, talking about childlessness, and just problems, things that women face every single day that hold them down. And so, hey, I'm throwing the ball out open here to all women. I know I talked to Vandaline because she's my sister and, my colleague in other ways. And Winkler is here. She's an amazing mom of 3, fabulous lady, guys. If you see her pictures, you'll be like, oh my gosh, how does she even manage to take care of all these kids and still look so fabulous? It's all about mindset. It's all about planning. If you plan well, if you strategize well, you go look fabulous. You go make the money. You go be happy. You go just the flaunt. You will just have everything that you need to go around you. So
you'll be your own Dangote.
There you go now. What are you talking about? The sky is not the limit, the beginning point. Yes. 2020 that came with COVID and all whatnot, that's the year many more millionaires were created from no people who were nobodies at the beginning of 2020. Today, they are 6 and 7-figure earners. That means they can have a job that is a regular job that pays them like 6 to 7 figures, and they have their own business that is still paying them the same amount, if not more. What are you waiting for? There's so much money to be made, guys. So much, so much. We just need to hold each other. Let's work on our platforms. Let's collaborate with. What can I ask Vandoline to do? How can Louise help me? How can any woman out there, how can we work together to make this thing go on? So by the way, ladies, you girls are invited for the 5 days training. You have to come there and share value. I don't mind giving you a time to talk about, choose a topic that you'd like to talk about. I can show you the whole program and what we're going to be talking about. We'll talk about, first of all, discover who you are. That's the very first thing that we're going to talk about. People need to know who they are. Like, there are a series of exercises that I'm going to have us go through for you to kind of like discover your personality type, who you are, your strengths, your gifts, and all whatnot. We're going to talk about limiting beliefs, getting rid of limiting beliefs, things that have been holding us back. People have emotional limiting beliefs, physical limiting beliefs. Oh, I have a baby, now my belly is like this. I can't dress nice. I have to wear kaba, big dresses that will not show my beauty, and all whatnot. You're so depressed in your mind. Oh my gosh, I don't have a wig. Oh, I don't have this. No, those are limiting beliefs. Those are things that are holding you back from discovering and allowing yourself to explode, And then we'll talk about now how you can be able to help the world, how you can be able to use your gift to impact positively, one step at a time. You cannot just keep all those things that you have inside of you. Winkler works with teams, big teams. She helps companies make millions of dollars every year as a Scrum Master, 6 figures. She's working from home, doing the job that she loves, helping people, impacting lives, making money, still having her own business on the side. Vandoline is doing the same thing. We're all trying to do something. We're giving back to the world, because that is the biggest point of success. That's why you see people like Tony Robbins giving out every single, there's a fraction of everything that he gets from all of his trainings. He gives it to the poor. He feeds America with that. Why do you think that they do this? Because this is who a leader is. This is who a leader is. You cannot just keep succeeding by yourself, but you have to open your heart to other people. We're going to talk about success strategies and so many other things. So please, let's think about developing our lives. Let's think about how to empower each other. And I'm always here. If anybody needs my help in any way, whatever it is, you all know I'm always sharing people's stuff. I don't need to know people to share their stuff. Yeah.
One of the other messages I got from WhatsApp this morning after reading my son's speeches was one of my students. He was like, hey, Winky, happy Mother's Day. I just want to that I recently landed a huge job in. I was like, I haven't spoken to him in a while, but the fact that helping him get into where he is with his agile knowledge, I was like, these are the kind of stories I want to hear. These are impacting other people's life with the little knowledge that I have. Like, oh my God, it made my day. I was like, I'm so happy for you. He said the money tastes good. I'm like, I believe you.
The money is good. Money is always good. Yes.
Yeah. So
we can all do that.
Important. Yeah, I agree with you, Gwen. Giving back is a good thing.
Absolutely.
You don't know who you are going to meet tomorrow.
True.
Going to meet tomorrow. So whatever you have within you that you can help another person with, okay, why not?
Yes, and maybe we should take a couple of comments so they don't feel like they've just been commenting for nothing. So Vandoline, you go ahead. This is your show, girl.
So woman, hey, ahead, mamas. Yeah, that's Gwenzy Epsi. She's my sister Gwen from Stuttgart. Thank you so much for joining in. I mean, it's been an amazing and enriching conversation. And I'm sure that all the women following out there have learned something. Even if you didn't learn something, I would tell you, take home from these 2 power ladies here is
3 power ladies, girl.
So the take home message is everything is possible. Everything is possible. So think of the word impossible as I am possible.
Yes.
You are possible, because everything you believe is possible and will work out for you.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
that's, for me, that's the number one take home from this show. What's your take home, Gwen?
Oh, my take home is just that, collaboration and networking and working together can, it can do anything, like when you're able to find the right people that align with you, with your kind of personality, that are driven, that see life the way you see it, then you can be unstoppable, like you said, and you can do so much more without limiting yourself. And I just really want to thank you, ladies, you both. Thank you for taking your Mother's Day. You should have been drinking your wine there, getting a good massage from Honey Boo.
It's not
But you decided to come out and share your stories, things that you kept inside of you with the world, just so that another woman out there can feel, empowered. She can feel like I'm not alone. Like, oh, this person went through this and she's still rocking it. Like, look at how she's slaying. Man, look at that girl. But this is somebody that's gone through an impossible situation, and she had to go through that. She had to reach the highest height of pain, but she did not let that overcome her and overwhelm her. So what I'm taking from today is togetherness, working together, collaborating, partnering is the biggest tool that we have out here. And as long as we can do that, then we can change the world together.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
ladies.
And you, Luvis?
I'm so grateful for having me. Because you had me. Thank you for having me, ladies.
Yeah, we thank you.
you. So for me, it's like Gwen also mentioned, togetherness is very important. Do not
Yes.
burn your bridges. If you are anywhere doing whatever you're doing, always remember to leave an impact,
Yes.
so that
Absolutely.
when you leave, they know the importance of you.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
then they'll be very grateful of who you were and what you did for them. So leaving an impact, not only leaving an impact, leaving a very positive impact is very important. Quick, a
Absolutely.
long story cut short. So I moved from one line of business to another line of business within JP Morgan Chase. So when I put in my application, all I had to mention was a recruiter that initially hired me a couple of years ago into Chase.
Mhm.
And my current manager was like, if you are being sent to us by Bob, then you got the job, because his reputation is very valuable and he doesn't
Wow.
give us people who are not erudite. So for him
Wow.
to
Oh,
refer
wow.
you to us, I know that you know the job.
Wow.
So
Yes.
you are hired. So we definitely went through the hiring process and everything, but the final say on the last day for the interviews, that was what he told me. He said, for you to have been referred to us by Bob,
By this person.
yes, it's a huge impact. So
Powerful.
we will hire you because we know that Bob will not give us somebody who cannot represent.
Hi. You just said something, sis. Like you just nailed, like you just really just said something so powerful there. Like referral.
Yes.
Guys, like just keep doing the things that you're doing. You might not know who is watching, but
Within
the
the
truth is that
I have 3 Cameroonians working at Chase referred by me, and
wow,
their process was very smooth.
easy,
Wow.
smooth,
Like,
it's
I mean,
powerful.
out there, you're looking for a job, you have your Scrum Master certification already, and you just need a push. Hey, inbox me, send me your resume. That's the minimum I can do for you, right? Pushing your resume,
Yes.
do your thing, answer the questions, and do your prayers. Who knows? Who am I to block your shine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this conversation has been really, really enriching. And join Boss Femme Entrepreneurs on Facebook. Yeah, that's owned by the CEO herself.
But not all it's a collection of like-minded, ambitious, driven female entrepreneurs
Yes.
who want to change their lives, who want to improve and empower each other, who want to make a difference, want to make more money doing what they love to do. So basically, we help each other. We have weekly trainings, different things that can empower you on a business level. Last time we talked about goal setting, smart goals, and all that. This week we'll have other things that we're talking about. And of course, we have the challenge that's starting on Tuesday for 5 days. Vandolin will be joining. I'll talk to her to know what she wants to talk about, what she'd like to empower other women with. And of course, I'm inviting all the amazing, ambitious, driven female entrepreneurs and even entrepreneurs to be. You don't need to be an entrepreneur yet, but if you're thinking about that, if you have a skill, something that you don't know how you can monetize it, just connect with us and we'll help you push that to where it's supposed to be. I think we lost Winkler. Yes. So thank you so much, Vandolin, for having me today.
I want to thank you, Gwen, especially for this great opportunity to empower women. We know women go through so much. They go through so much pain, like we heard on the show this evening. They go through so much trauma that cannot be understood by the other gender because they don't go through the amount of pressure that we go through. So we women are better placed to understand what a sister is going through. So, I mean, always feel free to reach out to people whom you look up to. And Gwen is here. I mean, she's an incredible coach. She's a great motivator. She
leader.
Motivates.
I like leader.
Yeah, great. I mean, she's a leader. She's a leading woman. So if you feel like you have any limitations, feel free to connect and she would definitely help you through every situation you're going through. And thank you so much for the platforms.
Without cutting you, sis, without cutting you, I wanted to say Vandolin is just so humble. You see, she keeps pushing the ball to me. But this is my sister Vandolin right here. This is somebody I've known for over 12 years. This is the lady that me and her and Brad affair, like 12 years ago when we auditioned to be the next face of Cash TV show in Cameroon. Out of over 300 contestants from all over Cameroon, this lady and I were the two ladies that stood there, like after 300 people have been screened. And so I respect her so much. And we had almost the same name. It's crazy. And I was like, yes, I always love to see women that are so strong because I believe that if we connect, we can cause, an explosion of talent, an explosion of success in the world. And so please feel free. I think I added her address there, Vandolin Kiawe. Look for Vandolin Kiawe on Facebook, on Instagram, and we're working on her YouTube page as well. She's very busy, but we're going to be working on all of that. So you'll be seeing a lot of her out there. We're rebranding her page with her what's the name of your show again? Survivor
Stories.
Survivor Stories. Yeah, it's an amazing platform. She had me on that show, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, sis, for being selfless, for being a woman of value in the community. Thank you so much.
I thank you so much for being a better one. You've always been this push in the background. You're like, hey, sis, I haven't seen you on for 2 weeks. What's going on? And that's we women, we need that. We need these people who always remind us of the things that, I mean, when we are going out of track, we need these people to bring us back every time. So, and you have been that one for me. So thank you so much.
Yeah, my sister. It's not for nothing. And you know that, and I always tell you that if you don't see me, no problem. I will still call you. I will still bother you. I'll be like, hey sis, what's up now? What's going on? Do you think that we have to, this thing that is going? What do you think?
Exactly.
And it's just like I'm still throwing this again. I know you're working on your own show for women, but I just think that we can really work on something together. Because we've had people asking many times, and women are going through so much. And hopefully, maybe we can collaborate soon, and then you can see us talk more, like have a platform where women can actually really come and share their stories, their challenges, their successes, their failures. It's not only about successes, failures, success stories, and all that. Welcome back, sister.
My phone died on me.
Oh.
But just pull it. Oh my God. I'm sorry, baby. Ashia.
What happened?
If we took to Pete.
Oh, shoot. Yes, we deal with that every single day. And when they start
That's
screaming
part of
like
being a
that,
mom, right?
you gotta
That's what
run.
I'm saying, Mom.
I had such a wonderful time, ladies. Thank
my
you
God.
so much.
We did have an amazing time.
Virtual
Thank you
hugs
so
for
much,
you, ladies.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes.
Wenn ich nach Deutschland komme, werde ich dich besuchen kommen.
Okay. À la
Mustu.
prochaine fois, tout le monde. I know all of you speak French, but what can I say again? Now, these girls have started speaking German. These girls are speaking German. Okay, so let me say my own. Okay, voilà. Merci de nous avoir rejoints aujourd'hui pour une autre édition de Spotlight with Gwendy, présentée par Vandoline Kiawi. Voilà, ça a été vraiment un plaisir de vous avoir, les filles, sur le plateau. Merci pour tout. Vraiment, je suis touchée. I love you, girls. I love you,
We
ladies.
love you too. Thank
Let's
you
keep-
so much.
Yes, let's keep, changing lives. We're not stopping here. We go change by fire, by force.
force,
Absolutely.
So, mwah. Merci.
Bye.
Merci à vous, les filles. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Saturday. Oh,